Yo, what's going on? Parlay Pimp 666. Just checking in with a little bit of thoughts of the NFL free agency and what we got going on right now. I've been hearing a lot of rumors about Aaron Rodgers going to the Raiders. I do not think that's even fucking possible in any way, shape, or form. Aaron Rodgers is a lot of things. He's also a very smart guy. I'm not a fan. I think he's a fucking piece of shit. But honestly, he's an all-time great quarterback. He could be much better. He's like Jay Cutler with more talent, if you ask me. But seriously, why would he go to Oakland? Vegas. Still getting used to that. Why would he go to the Raiders, though? They have terrible ownership. They don't have a good GM. Josh McDaniels has been a fucking awful head coach so far in Denver and in Vegas. Plus, he'd be in a division with Herbert and Mahomes. And, I mean, you can sleep on Denver if you want, but Sean Payton, people forget. They won like less than 6 games the year before he started coaching the Saints. They had Hurricane Katrina, and so they were displaced from their city. He had a losing franchise and winds up in the NFC Championship game. Drew Brees, everybody thinks about him now. They're like, oh, Drew Brees is an all-timer. At the time, he had just been let go from San Diego was replacing him. Miami tried to sign him. He failed the physical. And pretty much the only team that would take him was New Orleans. I mean, revisionist history is hilarious. People just seem to forget that. But so Aaron's not going to go to a division where he's going to possibly lose 5 out of 6 games, come in 3rd or 4th in his division. Ain't going to happen. Is not going to happen. Kellen Moore going to the Chargers. Justin Herbert's about to go ham on the league this year. I love Justin Herbert. So I honestly see Aaron only going 2 places. I think he's most likely to go Miami. I've been saying this for over a week. If he doesn't go to Miami, I think he goes to Tennessee. I could see him and Vrabel linking up. Vrabel's never had, a top 10 quarterback, and he's, won the AFC before. He's a perennial, playoff team. But so that's where I see Aaron Rodgers. Derek Carr holds the keys to his own fate. I mean, Derek Carr can, wait it out. And February 15th, the Raiders have to cut him. So then he makes his own decision. I know today they announced they're allowing him to talk to teams after the teams talk to the Raiders first. If I was Derek Carr, I'd tell the Raiders to get fucked. Seriously. He has been like the life preserver for that franchise for the last 9 years. Has the most come from behind wins of any quarterback since he was drafted. I mean, not any quarterback like in his draft class. I'm talking since he entered the league, he's got more come from behind wins than Brady, Rodgers, Mahomes, everybody. And I get the Raiders are losing a lot, which is why he's got a lot of come from behind wins. But their defense is terrible until they got Devontae Adams, who was their best receiver. Hunter Renfrow, old dude, I can't remember his name, that killed somebody, like Ruggs? No. Get out of here. So if I was Derek Carr, I would only be looking at two locations. 3 if, Miami doesn't get Aaron. But if I was Derek Carr, I would look at one of the New York teams. I'd rather go play at Brian Dable. The Mara family is going to surround you with talent. Look what all they did for Eli. That's why Eli won 2 rings. He had, Strahan, and he had all these players. Plaxico Burress. Those guys were dogs. They had some squads. Those defenses that beat Brady were hardcore. So if I was him, I'd go there. Second choice, I'd probably go to Tennessee if they don't get Aaron, or the Jets, like I said. Salah's kind of on the hot seat, but can you really fire him if you guys draft Zach Wilson? I mean, that was a terrible pick. Zach Wilson's like the Josh Rosen of his draft. So yeah, if I was Derek, I would just wait it out, and I'd go to one of the New York teams. The Jets he's got weapons, they got a defense. The Giants, they got Saquon, but they're gonna get some players. So that's where the quarterback free agency market is in my opinion. I could also see the Cardinals moving on from Kyler Murray. I know they just signed him, but the Cardinals are not a very patient organization. Look at what they did with Stephen Wilkes, or whatever his name was. I don't even remember anymore. The old coach. Smart to move on from Josh Rosen that quick, but he was your number 10 overall pick, and they didn't keep him for more than 1 season. I mean, their owner is a little impulsive. Like, not Jim Irsay impulsive, but more impulsive than, like, the Giants owners or the Rooneys or Robert Kraft, people like that. So that's the NFL free agency, or I see it right now for the main quarterbacks. Obviously, there can be other movement too. Daniel Jones is going to go somewhere, but I think he's going to be a backup. I don't see any way the Giants give him money. I think the Bills are going to take a big regression this year. The Jaguars are going to take a step forward. Peterson's a damn good coach, and Trevor Lawrence is just getting better and better and better. I like their squad. They got a lot of talent on defense. They got fucking ETN. They got a squad down there in Jacksonville. So give them a little more time with coaching. Get some free agents still want to go there. I think they're sitting pretty. I think the Chargers are gonna challenge the Chiefs this year. I know. I don't trust Brandon Staley, but I do like Kellen Moore a lot. He look what he did for Dak. I mean, Dak is the 15th, 12th best quarterback in the league, maybe. I mean, Jerry Jones knows how to pay him down there. I think the majority of their cap last year was like Jalen Smith is not even on the team. Ezekiel Elliott is not the best running back. And he gave Dak the bag. And Dak is, he's Kirk Cousins a little better in primetime. Kirk Cousins is more accurate. I fucking hate Kirk Cousins. So, yeah, that's a little bit of look ahead. I don't know what's going on in the Bay. I don't think they trust Trey Lance. You can't go into a season with Brock Purdy as your starter. Like, I know he had a magical run and all that, but come on, let's be serious. It's the NFL 2023. You're going to go into a game with Brock Purdy against Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert. Like, that ain't going to fucking fly. Ain't going to fly at all. And let's talk a little bit about everybody's favorite quarterback right now, Jalen Hurts. Everybody loves Jalen Hurts, and I love the story. Good for him. Hardworking kid. Fucking great guy. Not a great quarterback. He is Bucky Brooks on NFL Network. He always says, is the guy a truck or a trailer? Is the team pulling him or is he pulling the team? Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence, those guys are trucks. They pull the trailer. They pull the team. Jalen Hurts is a trailer. He's getting pulled by an all-star team. It's easy to hit A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith 22 yards down the field when you run forward 3 yards on the option, the defenders crash forward, and you dump it over their heads. But look at that game in San Francisco. Outside that pass that shouldn't have counted on fourth down that was caught, and then Josh Johnson fumbling the ball with 2.5 minutes left in the second in his own half of the field. That game could have very easily been 7-0 San Francisco going into half. Jalen Hurts has like 191, or it's less than 300 yards in 2 games. He was outthrown by Burrow and Mahomes in the AFC Championship game. Those guys outthrew Jalen in one game than Jalen's had in the whole playoff so far. Daniel Jones put more yards on the Vikings in one game than Jalen Hurts has put down in the NFL playoffs so far this year. I'm not sold. Mahomes doesn't have any receivers. Anything could happen in the Super Bowl with one game. Next year, Eagles go 10-7. Hurts struggles. And I'm not going to say he won't make a Pro Bowl because Tyler Huntley made a fucking Pro Bowl. But, well, I'm not about it. Not about it.